This week on the Presidential Diary, the flag of Malta flies for the first time in Ghana as Maltese President Marie-Louise Preca pays a 3-day state visit to Ghana.
I feel proud to be the very first Maltese head of state who is visiting the sub-Saharan region of Africa, and in particular, your beautiful country, Ghana.
Also in this edition, Switzerland classifies Ghana as a priority country for economic development, resulting in the signing of the Swiss Cooperation Strategy for Ghana.
The new Swiss Cooperation Strategy for Ghana will be launched shortly, which will involve an amount of $80 million United States dollars to support the enhanced competitiveness of Ghanaian enterprises and the diversification of our economy.
We'll tell you more as President Akufo-Addo hosted the President of Switzerland, Her Excellency Doris III, at the presidency in Accra. Hello, I'm Jefferson Saki and you're welcome to the Presidential Diary, brought to you by the Communications Directorate at the Presidency. President Nana Akufo-Addo has bemoaned the high numbers of young Africans taking distressing risks across the Sahara and around the Mediterranean, trying to reach a better life. He stressed that it is important to provide the youth with the right environment in Africa, which will enable them enhance their skills, receive appropriate training, and have access to digital technology and enhanced economic opportunities. The president made these remarks when the Maltese president, Marie-Louise Preca, paid a 3-day state visit to Ghana. The visit itself is the first of its kind for a Maltese president. Meeting President Marie-Louise Preca at the Jubilee Lounge at the airport was Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and top government officials.
Fine, thank you.
Good flight?
Yes. Wonderful.
Welcome to Ghana.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Can I kiss you? Thank you. That is for me as well. For my husband. My husband is here. How nice of you.
Give you a hug? Nice.
This is the first time the flag of Malta is flying at the presidency in Accra. With this visit, President Marie-Louise Preca becomes the first president of Malta to visit Ghana. With pictures of the two leaders stationed at the entrance of the Flagstaff House in solidarity of the new bond. Stationed on parade to welcome the Maltese president was the Ghana Navy, a guard of honor awaiting a global partner on a visit far from home. At exactly 11:40 a.m., President Marie-Louise Preca arrived at the Flagstaff House and received by the Director of State Protocol, Ambassador Ahmed Hassan. President Marie-Louise Preca was elected Malta's 9th president in April 2014 with the unanimous approval of Parliament. She's the country's youngest serving president and the second woman to hold the post. She's been active in national politics for the past 40 years and was General Secretary of the Malta Labour Party. Seconds after inspecting the Guard of Honor, President Akufo-Addo welcomed President Preca to the Flagstaff House, introducing her to his team.
My husband.
Malta is a country in the central Mediterranean, located south of the Italian island of Sicily between Europe and North Africa. Independence from Britain was achieved in 1964 after the Maltese people were awarded the George Cross for defending the island during the Second World War. The country is an important trading post and remains a leading center for container and freight transshipment. Tourism is the nation's main source of income. Inside the ceremonial room at the Flagstaff House, President Akufo-Addo welcomed the Maltese president to Ghana, briefly held closed-door meetings before bilateral meetings were held.
Let me welcome you all to the seat of the presidency of our country and to this, which is the working session between our two delegations. I'm sure you know by now that Akwaba is our word of welcome. That is it. And I'm hoping you're enjoying your visit amongst us. The Ghanaians pride themselves a lot on their sense of hospitality, and hopefully you are enjoying that hospitality with us. Our two countries have shared a lot of commonalities. We are members of the Commonwealth. We are countries that are essentially democratic nations, believing in respect for human rights and the rule of law. It provides the governance framework for the decisions of our people and for the progress of our nation. So it is a commonality that means that there's a basis for looking at the future together. I think that is what your visit to Ghana is telling us, that you are now prepared to bond with the Ghanaian people to explore the possibilities of that future. So welcome, and let me welcome all of you as well.
Thank you, President. Really, we must, and I must, start off with thanking you wholeheartedly on behalf of my delegation and for this truly warm welcome to this beautiful country, Ghana, and this tremendous hospitality. Well, I said, this beautiful country, Ghana, it's truly beautiful physically, but I can tell you it's even more beautiful with the warm people that this country holds. So to us, it's doubly warm and friendly country. A reciprocal state visit tomorrow and a joint technical commission, but we need to have our people on board. So whoever is in government, wherever we might be, tomorrow, next year, wherever, our peoples will keep on going from strength to strength so that we can build peace, prosperity, and well-being for both our nations.
By the end of the meeting, Ghana and Malta had pledged to strengthen the ties of cooperation that exist between the two countries. At a joint media briefing, the two leaders touched on issues of mutual concern, including the improvement in the volumes of trade between Ghana and Malta, as well as the mutual support of candidates from the two countries vying for positions with international organizations.
Her Excellency, the President of Malta and her team resolved to give voice to Ghana's cause and interest in the European Union. We, on the other hand, will also help to facilitate the provision of a platform for enhanced economic engagement between Malta and the member countries of ECOWAS. It was also agreed that Ghana and Malta extend support to candidates from our respective countries vying for positions in international organizations. Ghana has therefore given support to Malta's bid for membership of the Council of the International Maritime Organization, IMO, elections, which take place later this year. Malta, on the other hand, has agreed to support Ghana's bid for a non-permanent seat in the UN Security Council from 2020 to 2021. This support mechanism has also been provided for the candidature of Professor Henrietta Mensah-Bonsu as a judge of the International Criminal Court. An MOU to this effect will be signed after this session by the foreign ministers of the two countries. On the issue of migration, we have seen and continue to see the high numbers of young Africans taking distressing risks across the Sahara and around the Mediterranean, trying to reach a better life. While we strive to provide youth with the right environment in Africa, which will enable them to enhance their skills, receive appropriate training, and have access to digital technology enhanced economic opportunities. Her Excellency and the President and her delegation have reiterated their commitment to champion the need for humane treatment of illegal migrants, as well as the protection of their human rights, in accordance with international law, both at home and on EU platforms. Again, on the issue of migration, Ghana has been included in the list of beneficiary countries of the EU's Emergency Migration Fund. The fund is designed to assist in the return and reintegration of our citizens into society. Government will collaborate with our friends from the EU and Malta in this regard, and at the same time help find solutions to the factors that trigger illegal migration.
Your Excellency, we have come to your country with a message of friendship. We have come to strengthen the already good relations between our two countries. I am convinced that our flourishing connection and excellent relations will reap positive benefits in the best interest of both our peoples. It is evident that Ghana is a rapidly developing country, a country of extensive natural beauty, a country of rich ethnic and cultural diversity, a country of great possibilities and potential. The forthcoming signing of the Memorandum of Understanding for the establishment of bilateral political consultations by both our foreign ministers is a clear evidence of the enthusiasm that both our countries have for deeper connection. On the other hand, the Memorandum of Understanding between Trade Malta and the Association of Ghanaian Industries and the Memorandum of Understanding and cooperation between the Ghanaian Chamber of Commerce and the Malta Chamber of Commerce, Enterprise and Industry will be a strong statement of mutual commitment to encourage and develop effective collaborations, potential partnerships, and future business. Your Excellency, I am confident that we will continue to work together to ensure that together we build a sustainable and an effective culture of positive peace, sustainable prosperity, and holistic well-being for all the families and communities of Malta and Ghana, and for all the peoples of our world. Thank you.
At the end of the joint media briefing, the two foreign ministers from Ghana and Malta signed a memorandum of understanding supporting candidates from their respective countries vying for positions in international organizations. When we return, Switzerland in Ghana. Switzerland classifies Ghana as a priority country for economic development as the Swiss President Doris Leuthard also paid a working visit to Ghana.
From the four winds in our only sea, we heard of the past, but now we see the future being birthed from our fertile hand. Telltale scars of time and tears, and of how we beat at worst fears. It's been 60 years already. 6 youthful decades of hard work, sacrifice and hope. Laboring to create this golden harbor to launch our ships. Toiling night and day to keep our stars sparkling bright. It all happened so quickly, and today we stand tall, young and old, heroes in our own right, chanting our mother song, God bless our homeland, Ghana. From Accra to Zabzugu, from our airports up to our zongos, we have played our part in this communal harvest. Red of blood, gold of wealth, green of earth. We have farmed, traded, hunted and plied the seas. We have made our name through the blood and toil of our fathers. We who have held the throbbing heart of Africa. I am a Ghanaian and I pledge. We stand together, holding hands, joining hearts. We step forward as one, mobilizing for Ghana's future.
Welcome back to the Presidential Diary, brought to you by the Communications Directorate at the Presidency. Switzerland has earmarked an amount of $80 million to support the enhanced competitiveness of Ghanaian enterprises in the global market space, as well as help in government efforts at diversifying the Ghanaian economy. The two countries have also signed a memorandum of understanding to enable both countries undertake jointly projects to boost cocoa production in Ghana and add value to the produce. These were the highlights when the President of Switzerland, Doris Leuthard, paid a two-day state visit to Ghana. This is the first visit of a Swiss president to Ghana in 10 years. The last was in July 2007 when the then Swiss President, Micheline Khalmi, visited Ghana under the second president of the Fourth Republic, John Agyekum Kufuor. Meeting President Leuthard at the airport was Ghana's Foreign Minister, Shelley Ayoko-Botwe.
Presidential salute!
Even before the meeting with President Akufo-Addo in Accra, the Swiss president visited HPW Fresh and Dry, a Swiss company at Adesso in the eastern region, to assess the level of Switzerland's investment in the country to find ways to consolidate trade gains between the two sides. HPW Fresh and Dry has been running a food sourcing platform in the country since 2004 and exports 10 refrigerated containers of pineapples to Europe every week. The company specializes in the sourcing and drying of fresh fruits.
It's an excellent reflection of the fact that if you have a major country like Switzerland that is not seeking always to have an advantage over Ghana, but is prepared to support Ghana to export more to Switzerland. That is good for Ghana.
With a clear idea of the level of Switzerland's investment in Ghana, President Doris Leuthard was set to meet President Akufo-Addo at the Flagstaff House in Accra a day after the inspection. The two leaders met with the issues of their respective countries in mind. President Leuthard is hoping to expand Switzerland's trade relations with Africa, while President Akufo-Addo is focused on bridging the unemployment gap in Ghana, a key issue that started the conversation with President Leuthard during the bilaterals.
Akwaba, that is our word of welcome. And I'm hoping that you have enjoyed very much your brief visit amongst us. We pride ourselves very much on our sense of hospitality, and we hope you have been enjoying that hospitality. Our biggest challenge is how to find work for our young people. Too many young people in Ghana, in West Africa, in the African continent do not have work to do because our economies are not growing and expanding at a sufficient rate to absorb them. So that is the biggest overarching consideration of ours. How we can grow our economies and expand our economies in such a way that we can generate jobs for all these young people.
As you know, economically, we always supported Ghana's development. We think that's an excellent position to give you stability, macroeconomic stability, and also quite a good investment climate. And that's why we are here to stimulate also with the new program for economic cooperation, more Swiss companies coming to Ghana. And also here, I think you have also in your ministry excellent bankers, people with a rich experience, very good education. I think this will contribute also to the right mechanisms and the continuation of the program, which is indeed very ambitious.
Discussions were held in the areas of foreign affairs, UN reforms, finance, security and agriculture, aimed at deepening the bilateral relations between Ghana and Switzerland. After hours of deliberations, President Akufo-Addo and President Luthard were ready to announce the outcome to the world.
A few minutes ago, the ministerial teams of our two countries held discussions at deepening our bilateral relations, as well as exploring other areas of cooperation between Ghana and Switzerland for the mutual benefit of our two peoples. The discussions in the areas of foreign affairs, UN reforms, finance, security, and agriculture were held in an atmosphere of cordiality and were fruitful. The new Swiss cooperation strategy for Ghana will be launched shortly, which will involve an amount of 80 million United States dollars to support the enhanced competitiveness of Ghanaian enterprises and the diversification of our economy. It is highly appreciated. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that as we shape the future of Ghana and position Ghanaian enterprises to compete effectively in the global marketplace, we have friends such as the Swiss Corporation to support us in this objective. There are many amongst us who cannot accept that it is only Asians who can engineer their transition from poverty to prosperity in a generation. We are determined to do that in our generation in Ghana and ensure that succeeding generations will be neither victims nor pawns of the international economic order. Indeed, the project still remains a Ghana beyond aid. Thank you. May God bless you.
I think the strategy expresses also our strong commitment of moving towards a partnership beyond aid. A partnership where aid does not substitute private investments but catalyzes them. Switzerland's cooperation has the aim of contributing to inclusive and sustainable economic growth and to the fight against poverty, fights against corruption, and an inclusive, comprehensive economy. So I'm very pleased that today we have already 40 Swiss companies present here in Ghana, offering many people a decent job. Ghana really has long been recognized as one of Africa's success story, and it is a success story. And when Switzerland can contribute to the further success of Ghana, we're doing it with a friend which also recognizes values like democracy, peace, human rights, and the rules of law. So many thanks once again, Mr. President, for the hospitality. All the best for you, your team, for the ambitious goals you set, and my best wishes to the population of Ghana.
In wrapping up, the two countries signed a memorandum of understanding to enable both sides undertake jointly projects to boost cocoa production in Ghana, as well as add value to the produce. Switzerland has also earmarked an amount of $80 million to support the enhanced competitiveness of the Ghanaian enterprises in the global market space, as well as help in government efforts in diversifying the Ghanaian economy. And on that note, we end today's edition of the Presidential Diary, brought to you by the Communications Directorate at the Presidency. Log on to www.presidency.gov.gh and the other social media platforms on Facebook, on Twitter, as well as on Instagram for more updates. I'm Jefferson Saki. See you next time.